We took off for Dublin in the evening and had a beautiful sight as we came into town. We went directly to Hard Rock for dinner.
Ooh, espresso martini. Hey, don't mind me. Is it my mama or papa or just in between?
Yeah, you're the papa.
California dreaming, such a weird state.
The first full day we went on a hop-on, hop-off tour bus. Here's the Wax Museum with super figures for the grandboys to look at. And we saw a lot of O'Connell for our dear friend Terry O'Connell. There's a lot of restaurants and streets, everything named after him. We're downtown Dublin, looking at spots that we don't really know for sure the importance of yet, but we are waiting for our hop-on, hop-off tour.
Well, there it is over there.
Some beautiful old
So long.
buildings. Down further, there's a Heineken place where they apparently their headquarters, or one of their headquarter buildings. Mr. Bob this morning. And lots of these trains and a ton of green and yellow buses everywhere you go. And so we are in the right city for sure. Oh, here come a ton of them down the street. Anyway, go Ducks, huh?
I hope you like
Downtown. Look at that. Got one pole. There's Paddy wagon.
In 1829.
You taping?
Now, if you were a Catholic in Ireland, you could freely practice your religion. He was also one of the major players on this side of the world for the abolition of slavery. And Daniel done it all through peaceful means. He was a pacifist. He detested violence. The Daniel O'Connell statue was there since 1882, and every major event that's happened in O'Connell Street, Daniel has
looking for it.
If statues could give an interview, that would be some
Daniel
interview.
O'Connell statue he's talking about.
Now, this is O'Connell Bridge. We are about to cross over onto the south side of this George Salmon.
Trinity.
And he made a statement, over my dead body will women be allowed to have an education in this college. Women weren't allowed to get an education in Trinity until January 1904. So George died in January 1904.
The children all decorate their own Easter hats at school, and here were a group of them coming home. Children make them at school. It's so cute. Here we are at St. Stephen's Square. It's very beautiful gazebo. I'm sure you can go and feed the seagulls. Lots of little paths and places to go. Nice kind of little Central Park kind of vibe. That'd be a fun way to see the city, kind of. Although we've done that kind of thing before in New York, and it was kind of smelly and... Here we are at the Ivy for lunch. Very fancy, but good. Went to the Teeling Distillery, and Bob bought a bottle of whiskey. And we had the best time visiting with a little Italian guy that was working there.
back door coming up. And this was the home of Arthur Guinness. This is where he lived with his wife Olivia. And when they lived in this house, they had 21 children. I'm not making that up, that's fact. If I had that many kids as well, I would need to start up a brewery next door as well. This is the famous St. James's Gate entrance with the goddess Ceres over the archway. She's a Roman goddess of agriculture. That's a garland of barley around her head and neck, which is the main ingredient for Guinness. Now this is stop number 17. This is from Pierce Lyons and Rowan Cove Whisky Distillery. Stop number 17. Well, if you just look to your right hand side opposite the stop here, you can see Rowan Cove. This is housed in the old Guinness power station. This used to provide the Guinness brewery with all its own electricity right up until the 1980s. And they went to the national power grid at that point. The building was unused for many years, and Diageo, who run Guinness now, set up the distillery there in 2017. The generator that they use to produce all their own electricity, it's still in the building, it's on display, and it's a fantastic site visit. It's Rowan Cove. A little bit further up.
Had to stop and take a picture at the Yellow Brick Road because that's one of Bob's favorite albums. And then we just had fun wandering around. There's another O'Connell's restaurant, and that's a closer look at his memorial. Then we headed to our first stop of the evening. It was called Buskers, and we joined a party of people who were celebrating a 40th birthday, and we just had so much fun. His wife.
It's his birthday.
Yeah. Having fun at Buskers. A video. We've had so much fun tonight. We were in a bar with a guy that was having his 40th birthday party,
And we became his best friend.
and they were just acting like they knew us forever. That was so much fun. But
Now we're walking down Temple Park.
actually, Friday night, downtown Dublin, lots of music, lots of people playing music on the sidewalk for free. Lots of people making their living in the bars. Now, I think that's it, Bob.
Is it gelaterie?
Well, here though, this is the
The temple.
temple bar that you're talking about. Huh. Very busy. Rob tells us that the prices change from cheaper in the day time to expensive at night. How fun. There's music everywhere, just out on the street. That was a wrap for our first full day in Dublin. Tomorrow we go on a how many hour ride? 11-hour tour from Dublin to Belfast to the Giant's Causeway. Lots of things. So we'll talk to you then.